All right, 1,200. 1,200, 1,300. Okay, let's just change the color to something we can see. So, this map is pretty open. The wood lines are pretty far, so you know that aggression is going to be pretty useful. Since it's a desert map, you start with the rhinos, which have a little bit more food in them, so you're going to be able to get like more aggression happening here because you have more food. So it's really great for men-at-arms. Of course, Bulgarians, they benefit a lot from that because they get free men-at-arms. Their blacksmith techs are half food costs, so they can upgrade their men-at-arms really easily. I mean, their blacksmiths even work faster. So as the Aztecs, you got to be thinking archers here for sure. You could do a little drush with the Aztecs, but, well, opponents' men-at-arms are going to beat your dudes, so it would be good if you would... you could drush. Obviously, you're not trying to fight his infantry with your infantry, so I think it can still be okay to go for your own infantry if you want to do an early attack, which can be good, and then you follow it up with archers. But the archers have to be... Well, I mean, your Aztecs, you're always going to go archers. The standard at high level these days with the American civs in general is just to keep the racks running as well. So you go archers and eagles, and you're kind of mainly doing archers, and then the eagles come in really slowly. So, but then by the time that you want to fight, you have like 4 eagles together, and archers and eagles are just so strong. So you get that composition, and it's like you have scouts and archers, but it's slightly worse. But you don't need another production building, so it's actually really good. We want to split the berries so that you have 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. It's just going to be much less efficient to take it like this. But yeah, I like that you're walling kind of like this, although... I don't know. It's kind of hard to wall. You probably just want to go to the TC here. You don't even want to go to this house. Just to the TC here. Go to here. Resource wall these in. Maybe go like this and then to the edge and then work towards like walls here. So you can wall kind of like this entire back corner, leaving the berries exposed, but you just resource wall that. That's kind of how I would probably do it. Eventually. But Aztecs is a pretty aggressive civ, so you don't really want to worry about the walls too much here. Just want to worry about... making military. And you didn't really scout your opponent, so you don't really know what's coming in. You can kind of assume he's going to go for men-at-arms. So since you can assume that, you definitely want to just get your walls up here. So yeah, definitely want to wall. 4 on gold at this stage. You're going to be floating way too much gold, especially as Aztecs. They start with 50 extra gold, so you want to be a little bit careful there. Nice. Res wall. Great. Cool. We just need to protect the berries. Like, the berries are on the front. That's the... kind of the most important thing to protect here. We need to wall those in. I hope you get a range here or a range here. There, it's fine. Maybe a little house and palisade action right here. I'm not really sure, but you definitely need to do something. Opponent's being a little bit slow with his men-at-arms. He didn't really know exactly where you were, and he's just not hitting the exposed villas on the front because he didn't scout properly. So, well, that's good for you. You're randomly making some spears. Oh, it's because the opponent's randomly going men-at-arms into scouts, which is just not a really good strat. Maybe you can justify it with Bulgarians, but basically, like, the men-at-arms are just there to force walls, and then, well, the scouts are just going to go into walls. So it's just not really a good strategy. But the opponent does get 1 vill. You didn't really scout it properly. That's why I say just don't really push so much deer. You pushed all 3 deer. At this level, it's definitely better not to push so many deer because, well, then you don't have the scouting information. So how are you going to know about this? You should have assumed, though, as Bulgarians, like, obviously he's going to go men-at-arms, right? So you should just have this walled just preemptively. And you get a few spear hits. That's pretty good. And his men-at-arms will get cleaned up, but he did get 1 vill kill. And... Why are you so... Oh my god, you got wheelbarrow so early. Yeah, if you get housed, don't click wheelbarrow. Just get town watch. It's fine. Like, wheelbarrow is so bad at this stage. It's worth like 3, or it costs you like 3 villagers because it's 75 seconds of TZ idle time, and it's definitely not worth just having 3 villagers at the stage. So actually, we're super behind. We're gonna start like having less resources collected than the Bulgarians, and Bulgarians has no eco bonus, and Aztecs has a sick eco bonus of carrying 3 extra resources, which helps so much. But yeah, with wheelbarrow, man, that hurts your economy so much. So yeah, definitely next time that you get housed and it's like at this stage, just get town watch. It's just better. Yeah, and then just resume bills after you produce a house. So The opponent's on scouts and skirms, but this is why we go eagles with the civ. Imagine you were on like 4 archers with fletching and 4 eagles right now. You actually dominate this. So next time that you play Aztecs or any of the meso civs, I definitely recommend going for eagles constantly from the barracks, and then also archers constantly from the range. And then you'll have a really good army for attacking mid-feudal age. I do like how you walled. I mean, you didn't have this scouted properly. Obviously, you would have walled like this if you did. But I do like how you're setting it up. Actually, too many houses. Honestly, like, you kind of need to add more farms. Unfortunately, you kind of didn't wall this as a priority. This is the priority. So you lost your army here. You knew he had a lot of army, so he was going to counterattack right away. The priority was to get this walled right away because you know he's going to attack here. So leaving this open was a pretty bad move. Yeah, hopefully you realize about this hole. But you are up, but unfortunately you don't really have an army to upgrade. So if you're up and you don't really have an army to upgrade, you kind of just have to boom. Like, you're adding crossbowmen, you're adding armor instead of fletching, which doesn't make any sense. But yeah, these upgrades do absolutely nothing for you. The only thing you can really do that will do you any good right now is just to add TCs. Yeah, you got this, but you'd have to just buy 100 stone and then get TCs. Because if you just add upgrades for units that aren't even doing anything, it's just a waste of resources. So those resources could have been spent on TCs here instead of upgrading these units, which are just going to stand around and do nothing because there's not enough of them. You're also not fully walled against knights. And of course he's going to go knights. He went scouts, so he's going to go knights. So we need to be like, okay, well, let's just finish the walls. There's the TC, but it's kind of late. Because our initial timing with Castle Age was just to get some random upgrades on these crossbowmen, which actually still aren't doing anything. So it's like, you didn't really have the unit mass to justify going for a crossbowman upgrade here. Note that trying to have 0 idle time. Oh, on the ranges or what? I mean, we're still idling the TC quite a bit, but I don't know. Anyways, he gets in because we just didn't wall. Like, you walled the sides really good, but you need to wall the front too. Like, knights don't care about going under the TC. He's just going to go under the TC. Of course, he's Bulgarian, so he's going to have that +2 armor really early. So we're kind of in a bad spot here. Just, we needed to get the walls up a little bit faster and then spend the resources with a bit of a better priority. Would have been quite nice. The tower doesn't really protect anything, though, because it against knights, the tower is useless, basically. So, yeah, the tower, like, instead of the tower, it could have been TCs. So if you had just gotten your palisades up, then you wouldn't have needed the tower, or wouldn't have felt that you needed the tower, and then you would have had TCs earlier. It would have been a lot better. But, well, there's something to be said for just spamming crossbowmen until you get like 20, 25. Yeah, 25. With these monks, you go across the map, you dominate. This is your timing. Like, you actually have enough to go across the map now. And you're going to go for a little ballistics timing. Sick timing to go out. But you do need to secure your base so that he doesn't just counterattack you. Man, go. Go, 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 go. You have so much. Go, go, go. Bring the monks. Ah, you're just chilling. You're just kind of going back and forth here. We need to go. You got behind. So the only way to get back ahead is to go and attack. We need to bring the monks too. Like 5 monks, really important. You're kind of just going forward 2 paces at a time. Like we needed to go a long time ago. By the time you get to your opponent's base, he's going to be prepared now because we're a little bit slow. We have no idea to counter knights without camels. Well, you just have a lot of crossbowmen. If you had 30 crossbowmen right now, you shoot them down hard. But you kind of chilled for, I don't know, 5 minutes too long. And now your opponent's going to be prepared by the time you get there because it just took you too long to click your units forward. He does have a mangonel, which, well, let's see the split micro. Oh, well, you of course don't have, oh, man. Going right into it, but, okay. With the conversions, you'll scare him away. Oh, he's going to actually let you get some conversions. Okay, you might lose this fight, though, because you stopped producing army there for a while. Yeah, stop producing army. You had a good army, but then you just kind of chilled with it. So basically, if you have 25 guys, and then 10 minutes later, you still have 25 guys, or 5 minutes later, then your opponent has been producing the whole time, then you just lose. If you make a bunch of army, you need to go use it. You can't just make a bunch of army and then sit and then go and attack. Then you're gonna have less, basically. Yeah, we also didn't have Bodkin for that fight. Okay, so prioritization of resources. We have a random castle as well, which doesn't really help. And the opponent's 3 TC booming like he should, and you're kind of 2 TC booming, which is just bad. So your opponent's just too far ahead at this stage, and we're probably dead. So, we took too much damage in Feudal Age. So if you take a bunch of damage in Feudal Age, the only course of action really is to go all in. Like 1 TC all in is fine, especially as Aztecs. Aztecs are good at that kind of thing. So yeah, 1 TC siege push with the units. Pikemen, even like you go crossbow and pikemen, pretty strong with the Aztecs with some monks for support. Really strong, but I mean the opponent. Well, I guess you're both up, but the opponent has a bajillion cavalier. And, well, he finds this as well. And we're just completely dead. He's dominating because he just had the better economy. Like, he doesn't even care about these units at all. So, yeah. At some point, definitely pikes would have been good. When you find that you're behind in military, you kind of have to add a counter unit. Or just, like, way more crossbowmen, I guess. Yeah, it's really just an economy win here. Like, we're obviously dead with this food, or this Vil count, with only 2 TCs. So, GG's. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I know I zoomed through this one, but, yeah. Here, let's go back. So, it's like, no reason not to have the walls down. Our opening should have been constant eagles and archers. Would have been better. Then you would have been able to win a fight. As soon as you lost your army here, if you're going to take away something from this replay, as soon as you lose your army forward, you know his army's here. You know he's going to counterattack because you just lost your army. So make sure that your walls are up. Defend the places that he's going to come to. So like these vills, you go here, you make a big wall. Right here, you maybe close it here, make a wall here, and then you're safe. He comes forward, scouts and skirms, they can't really get in. Then it's fine. Now watch the VOD at 0.75 speed. Disgusting. I will die if I did that. All right. Let's GB and play some games. This replay will never get me through an entire meal once it's on YouTube. Yeah, true. It's too fast. We zoomed through that one. Because I don't have a lot of time. Because it's only an hour and a half until NEC. But I hope that was still informative. We nailed the points rapidly. Rapid fire.